Most people open Zoho CRM for the first time, see 50 settings and close the tab immediately. So let me save you here. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the exact 7 steps to get Zoho CRM from empty to actually usable. Organization details, modules, users, security, email, automation, and your data in. Roughly 30 minutes of clicking, and at the end I will tell you honestly which part of this you shouldn't do alone. Oh, so let's start. Log in, go to setup, company details. This is boring and everyone skips it. Don't. 4 things matter here. Company name, logo and contact info. These get pulled automatically into your email templates and signatures later. So filling them now saves you rework later. Time zone. This drives every email notification, reminder and task assignment. Get it wrong and your automations fire at the wrong hour. Currency local. This controls your deal amount and product price fields. And business hours. Zoho uses this to decide when workflow triggers and scheduled activities are allowed to run. Skip multi-currency and fiscal year for now. You only need those if you're actually dealing in multiple currencies or running forecasts. Now setup. Customization, modules and fields. This is where Zoho becomes your CRM instead of a generic one. You've got 5 core modules out of the box: leads, contacts, accounts, deals and activities. First, rename them to match how you actually talk. If your team says clients, rename contacts to clients. If you're in real estate, your leads are probably inquiries and your accounts are companies. Zoho's own guide is blunt about this. Mapping CRM terminology to your business language before you migrate data prevents a mess later. Second, add the custom fields you actually need. Think about what data you collect that isn't standard. Product types as a pick list. Deal amount as currency. Sale date as a date field. Add them now, because when you import your data in step 7, your columns need somewhere to land. One thing worth turning on while you're here: mark key fields as unique. Email address is the obvious one. That's your first line of defense against duplicate records. This is the step people get wrong most often, so let me make the distinction clear here. Because Zoho uses 2 words that sound similar, but mean completely different things. Roles control what data you can see, and profiles control what you can actually do there. Your role hierarchy should mirror your org chart. Sales manager sits above sales executive, which sits above sales intern. Under this, an intern cannot see an executive's record, and an executive cannot see the manager's. Set this at setup, security control, and roles. Profiles are separate. Zoho gives you 2 defaults: administrative, which has access to everything, and standard, which is basic: view, create, edit, and delete. You cannot edit those 2, but you can clone them and adjust later. So your interns get a cloned standard profile with delete permission obviously stripped out. That's at setup, security control, and profiles. Then add your people at setup, general, users, add new user. They get an automatic invite email. Anyone who does not accept shows as unconfirmed, and you can re-invite them later. Quick money saving tip: do not give everyone access. Every user is a license you're paying for, and every extra login is extra security surface. Usually it's just sales and marketing who need it. But if you want to get a professional CRM setup, click the link in the description, book a free consultation, and we will make it happen just in a couple of days. 2 settings, 2 minutes, and you're meaningfully safer. IP restrictions. At my settings account, go to account settings and allow IP addresses. Add your office IP and your team can only reach the CRM from there. No personal devices, no home logins. Do consider whether your team works remotely before you flip this on, obviously. And 2-factor authentication at the same place. Add a one-time password on top of the regular login delivered by SMS or Zoho's OneOS app. Turn it on, it takes 90 seconds, also worth knowing. By default, every module is set to private. Only the record owner and their manager can see the data. If your team needs broader visibility, that's under data sharing rules, but private by default is the right starting point. This is where the CRM starts feeling alive, because suddenly your email conversations live on the record. Easiest path? The Zoho Mail add-on. Connect via POP3 or IMAP or link Gmail, Outlook, Office 365, Yahoo directly. Once it's connected, every incoming and outgoing email attaches itself to the right contact automatically. If you don't want full integration yet, there is a lighter option, BCC Dropbox. Zoho generates you a special email address. You BCC it on any email from your normal inbox, and a copy lands on the CRM record. Less elegant, zero setup friction. And if your team lives in Gmail, there is a Chrome extension that lets you add leads and contacts to CRM without leaving your inbox. 3 automation tools, and you should set them up before your data comes in, not after. Workflow rules. These fire actions when conditions are met. Email notifications, field updates, task creation. Classic example. Any deal over $25,000 automatically notifies the regional sales manager. Second, assignment rules. This route incoming leads to the right rep based on attributes like region or source. Critical detail from Zoho's own documentation. Your assignment rule needs to exist before you import records, create web forms, or push data via API. Otherwise, your leads land ownerless. Case escalation rules. These notify managers when a deadline gets missed. Start with one workflow and one assignment rule. You can build the sophisticated stuff later. Last step, and the one with the most ways to go wrong. If you are coming from Salesforce, HubSpot, Pipedrive, MS Dynamics 365, Insightly, or mostly any other CRM, Zoho has a built-in migration wizard for all of those. You can definitely use it. But if you're importing manually, 3 things before you hit go. Create your assignment rules first, because it's the most common mistake, as I said in the previous couple of minutes. Select a unique field during import, email address or employee ID, so Zoho can detect duplicates and let you skip, clone, or update instead of creating a mess. And clean your data before it enters, not after, because duplicates are 10 times harder to remove than to prevent. Track your progress in the import history and audit log. So that's your 30 minutes. You now have a working CRM, and that's real. You can genuinely start using it today. But I want to be straight with you about what I just skipped, because it does matter. Zoho's own implementation guide is 40 plus pages. Do you know how much of it even happens before you ever log in? 14 pages. Defining business goals, documenting your actual sales process, analyzing where the bottlenecks are, mapping every stage to the right CRM feature, deciding who the key people are and what each need. That's not bureaucracy. That's the difference between a CRM your team uses and a CRM your team quietly abandons in 4 months. Zoho names poor user adoption and incorrect implementation as the 2 main things that kill CRM projects, not missing features. Implementation. What I showed you is the setup. What makes it work is the strategy underneath it. That's what we do at crmoz. We are an official Zoho Advanced partner. 10+ years, 700+ projects, and we come in, map your actual business process and build the CRM around how you really work, not a template, not a guess. Free consultation link is below. Worst case, you get a straight answer about whether you need help or whether you're fine doing it just yourself. Some businesses genuinely are. Try the 30-minute version. Seriously, do it. You'll learn a lot just from clicking through. And if you hit the point where it starts just fighting you, you know where to find us. Subscribe for more Zoho walkthroughs, and I will see you in the next one.